What's going on, everybody? This is Lester from Cannabis Wiki. I'm here with the North American Cannabis Flower, Jackie Childs.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to the Green Room. This is where we keep you up to the times, up to the minute of what's going on inside the cannabis industry and the community with conferences, expos, galas, awards, cups, and crawl.
I love that.
Right?
We invite you to the Green Room to inspire, educate, and inform.
That's what I love. I love it. I love it. Love it. So, guys, the Green Room, we're definitely about keeping you up to the times, up to the minute with what's going on inside of the cannabis industry for the week of November 18th to the 24th. So, first on my docket is Botanics and Flow Class number 3. This is going down on November the 18th.
Hold up. First on your docket.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What?
Okay, go on.
You like that? Come on. We got to get through these. Guys, for people that want to get the show on the Green Room, you can reach us at 833-226-9454, extension 710, or reach us at sponsor@cannabis.wiki. You want to be a sponsor of the show? Yo, get in touch with us. We can get you.
And Lester will put you on his docket.
Right? He loves my formal wear. So, next what we got going on here. I got to get back on the first one. You just jumped me right off the track. Botanics and Flow Class number 3. This is going down November 18th, which is a Monday from 7 p.m. till 8:30. This is in the lovely city, the nation's capital of Ottawa, Ontario, on 430 Hazel Dean Road. See what's going on here? This is focus of the class is CBD, highlighting the ways that adding botanicals to your exercise and meditation, touching on tradition and the versatility of cannabis as an enhancement to yoga.
They're making that fancy. They're called Bake and Bend.
Is that right?
Yeah, Bake and Bend. You get high and then you do yoga.
I like it. I haven't tried it yet, but you know what? I think yoga in itself is like calming, right? It's supposed to be calming. I haven't tried it.
I'm not good at it.
All right, so moving on here. We got Austrian Cannabis Investor Presentation. This is going on November 19th, which is a Tuesday, starting at 4 p.m.
Free.
Yeah, you like that? Running until 6 p.m. at the Modus Ristorante, 145 King Street in the beautiful Toronto, Ontario, Canada. This is an Australian-focused medicinal cannabis company. Austrian will be developing the most sophisticated and largest state-of-the-art medicinal cannabis research, cultivation, and research manufacturing facility in the developing world. The facility will be powered by renewable energy. And as my beautiful co-host said, it is
Free.
Yeah, that's my favorite word. So if you ever want that Australian point of view, you can check that one out.
Movie and a Doobie.
Ooh.
Wednesday, November 20th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Hot Box on Augusta Ave in Toronto. The legendary Hot Box. Join friends every Wednesday for Movie and a Doobie in the comfort of the Hot Box Lounge next to the first legal consumption patio, which they call a patio. And that's in Toronto. Bring your own bud. Bring your own popcorn. It's $5 and 19 plus. No alcohol permitted.
You hear that, guys? That one's going down at the Hot Box. Next, we got round 2 seminar, how to open up a cannabis retail store in Ontario. There's a good one for you. This is going on November the 20th, Wednesday, starting at 9:30 a.m., going until 4 p.m. You can find this one inside the Holiday Inn, Toronto, Yorkdale at 3450 Dufferin Street, guys. This is learning all about opening a retail cannabis store in Ontario. Learn about compliance and optional best practices. That's a good one, eh?
Yeah, and it's free.
And they have guest speaker Stephen Fry, first round lottery winner, and cannabis retail success story.
You can find the tickets on Eventbrite.
Okay.
Cannabis Plant Science, November 20th. That's Wednesday. And it's 9 to 5. That's the Mississauga 25 Watt Line app. Is that how we say that?
Yeah.
Watt Line?
Yeah.
Covers how cannabinoids work on the human system, unveiling therapeutic potential of the cannabis plant. Yikes-a-rello. It is not free. It is $860.
That is a whopper.
From 9 to 5, Cannabis Plant Science. That's in Mississauga. Wow.
Whole day event for that one. So next we got Stoned Up Comedy. This one is going on Thursday, November 21st, and every Thursday,
Hotbox.
right? Every Thursday we got comedy here. It is starting at 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. at the Hot Box Cafe, as my Coco just told you. This one will be hosted by Amanda Day, a veteran in the game, headlining by comedian Will Noel. I think that's how you say that.
Where are you getting this from? Again with Lester and his fancy notes.
Listen, when you work with the North American Cannabis Flower, you have to be on your game. Right?
The next one's Cannabis Body Butter Workshop, brought to you by, it doesn't say.
It does, BBCL.
See, my paper doesn't say. Cannabis Body Butter Workshop, brought to you by who?
The Bureau of Cannabis Consuming Ladies.
November 21st, and that's a Thursday from 6:30 to 8:30, 90 Ontario Street in Toronto. Dry skin season is here. No poop, is it ever? Today's like the first real day of hibernation for me normally.
Yeah, me too.
Learn how to make your own cannabis-infused body butter, and general admission tickets are $20. It's fun.
All right, that's a good one going on there. So next we have Treating Yourself joins forces with CCBE Expo for cannabis patients in Toronto. This one will be taking place November 22nd, which is a Friday.
CCBE, now I know what that is. Cannabis Consumer Business Sector.
You got that right,
I just saw
lady.
people tagging it on Twitter.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. So this one's going on November 22nd, which is a Friday, all the way until Sunday. So this is a 3-day event. Toronto, Ontario, Canada, at the exhibition grounds, the Queen Elizabeth Building. And what's going on here is Cannabis Consumer and Business Expo joined up with Treating Yourself, also known as the Alternative Medicine Journal, and invites medical cannabis exhibitors and patients to this event. The 3-day event will be displaying thousands of products, jam-packed seminars, and workshop. General admission is $20. You want to check out more, go online, treatingyourself.com. So what we got here, guys, is Cannabis Consumer and Business Expo. Again, this one is Friday, November 22nd, the 23rd, and Sunday, November 24th. This is a 9 a.m. start time, and I'm seeing like 8. That going until 8 p.m. That's a good show if that's the case. This one can be found again at the exhibition at the Queen Elizabeth Building in Toronto. Guys, Cannabis Expo is the fastest growing trade show in Canada. There will be conferences, seminars, and hundreds of cannabis businesses, keynote speakers, and panel discussions throughout the 3 days. So we have ticket prices here. 1 day per person is $20. Seniors 60 and older, $15. Military, $15.
I love when they do that.
Yeah, it's
We
very
just had
respectful.
Remembrance Day. Very nice.
Yeah, very respectful. 2-day pass is $35, and a 3-day pass, $55.
The next one I will be at, and I hope my
Ooh.
Wiki family can pop by too. So,
Well, you know, we're always,
or it didn't happen.
Always. We're always
Right?
trying to keep
You're either
pace.
there or it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Did it really happen?
Exactly.
Cannabis and Hemp Expo 2019, and it's Saturday, November 23rd and Sunday, November 24th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that's the Shaw Center in Ottawa, Ontario. Join industry leaders from across Canada in an interactive forum on educating of the latest research, technology, and benefits of cannabis. Event open to the media. Tickets are $15, 19 plus at the door. Government ID required. Cash only at the end. So that's the Cannabis and Hemp Expo, and that's November 23rd and 24th, and I will see you there.
You hear that, guys? The North American Cannabis Flower will be on hand. Next, we have Cannabis Consumer and Business Expo once again. They just like to put it in because it's a Sunday on November 24th at 9 a.m. This one probably be running till 5 p.m. at the exhibition place. Exhibition provides opportunity for businesses to network directly with each other and the consumer. Again, thousands of new products will be on display. A must-see event, a 19-plus event. And again, the pricing is $20 per person, seniors $15, military $15 for the day. Next we have here, guys, Canatech Cape Town.
Woohoo.
This one's going down November 24th, Sunday at 8:30 a.m., November 26th, the Tuesday to 7 p.m. Good event here.
This is in Cape Town, South Africa.
Yeah.
We're covered in a foot of snow right now. And this is at the Lookout waterfront.
Yeah. Right? Just makes you want to stop reading like,
I was just like, you read this. I got to go shovel some snow.
We love it. So now I got to power through this one, knowing that this one is in South Africa. So this is at Lookout Waterfront, Ranger Bay Boulevard, Victoria and Alfred. Waterfront, Cape Town, South Africa. Guys, Canatech is recognized as a premier cannabis event, which is designed to deliver a sophisticated conference experience in cannabis as it is today. The conference will create an unprecedented opportunity to deal flow. This event showcases the full spectrum of globe industry.
For deal flow, what's that mean?
We're going to have to get into that one and reach a little bit deeper. I was just going to let it go, right? Just going to let it go.
Moving right along. It's sold out anyhow.
Unfortunately, it is a sold out event. So, guys, that's what we have for this week in cannabis.
Those are the highlights of the green room.
Right, for the community. So what's going on? And once again, guys, you want to get your commercial on here. You want to be a sponsor for the Green Room, for the North American Cannabis Flower, and Lester from Cannabis Wiki. You could reach us at 833-226-9454, extension 710, as my lovely co-host blows that smoke out.
Or in our DMs, and we'll just slide them right to Derek.
Right? Reach us at sponsor@cannabis.wiki, guys. Do you want to know how cannabis can help with chronic pain? From MS to surgery rehab or arthritis? Or how cannabis can help with some mental health illnesses like depression, anxiety, insecurity? Maybe you just want to know about cannabis itself. Then Cannabis Wiki is a cannabis website that teaches you, guides you, and will provide you the latest cannabis news, showcasing many shows about cooking with cannabis, or an up-close look sitting down with cannabis industry professionals. If you're looking to broaden your cannabis knowledge, please visit cannabis.wiki to learn more. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I'd like to introduce our guest on the Green Room for the first time, Joel from Rapid Stack.
Hello, everybody. Great to be here.
What's going on, my man?
Well, I'm just in the neighborhood. Thought I'd come down and spread the good word of Rapid Stack for those that haven't heard it.
Spread the good word of some hash.
Right.
Added value.
You came in the door bringing all kind of treats for Cannabis Wiki today.
Well, I like to pay back the appreciation. I like to be, giving. If you want to reciprocate in the future, that's up to you. But in the meantime,
listen, you are here for a reason, my friend. One, because Rapid Stack is knocking shit out the box.
Right into Walmart.
Right. Exactly.
It's awesome.
People, you can get Rapid Stack at Walmart. Check it out. It's there.
It's there. And it's also everywhere else. So if you're going to a regular grocery store too, still go to them. I bet you they can get it. Just tell them to contact their supplier if it's not on the shelf already.
What is Rapid Stack? For people who don't know.
What?
Okay. I mean, I know.
Right. Exactly.
Jackie knows.
I don't. You know what? Everybody should know about Rapid Stack. Anybody that's in the business should know about Rapid Stack.
Thank you very much. And I agree with you 100%. And that's what I'm going to do here today. So if you're new to Rapid Stack, let me show you. So we got two different Rapid Stacks. This is the original I just created last year. And it's a 1-gallon pot. You've probably seen one similar to it everywhere you go to, but the difference is major. I don't know if you can zoom in or the light catches it. I'll try to.
Who is this guy?
Right?
I don't know if you can zoom in.
Right? He's serious. This is why this product is so hot. Let me tell you. This is why this guy is sitting down here inside the Green Room. Go ahead, Joe. Kick it.
You can see that little seal that goes around the bottom. That's the main difference. So the benefit to that, besides a laundry list, I'll stick to the main ones, is consistency and speed. So if you're about to transplant from your 1 gallon onto a 3 gallon, 4 gallon, 7, 10, whatever size you're trying to achieve plant wise, you used to have to take the plant
into the ground.
even
right?
into the ground.
Yeah, I don't need to be. I can right. Go on.
Whatever you want.
Go on.
You never take it out of this.
Right.
It's
Right.
the pot that grows with your plant, so to speak.
Right.
So what I mean by that is, instead of the old version where you'd have to turn it upside down and actually take your plant physically out of the container, exposing it to light and damage along the way to some degree, you don't have to do that anymore. There's no more shock involved with it. It's simple. All you do is that little tab. It's pullable, and the whole base comes off. And what that does is pretend there's a plant in here. Imagination time. You
Oh,
expose the roots.
That is.
Cool.
We did an interview before with Lester at the Lift & Co. Expo, and he was able to pull the bottom off himself with a live plant in it. And it was it's such a rewarding feeling, because the old method, you literally, if you're growing indoors, you have to have a contained area where you can take that plant out of the grow room, displace it upside down, disturb it, knock a bunch of dirt everywhere, add it to your new container, and then you're adding more dirt everywhere and spilling it all over the place, and then you're shoving it back in your grow room. Well, that sucks. It takes a lot of time, and it's very, to some degree, depending on the pros that are watching, might say, you know what, I've never had shock. Well,
Everybody's an expert. Just go on.
Right.
Just go on with your pots.
when it comes down to it, if you're growing indoors, hydro is expensive. Shock adds acclimation period, which equals dollars when it comes to leaving those lights on.
Right.
So by just stacking it onto another container, the roots flow down, out, fill that container, almost like a deep water culture. And because of that, you water now from the second tier. So water only wicks up so high. So that causes roots to go down seeking that nutrients, where otherwise they would just be able to, hey, food's here, I'm not going to work too hard. Or you overwater it, and then it doesn't do anything until that water dissipates out of the plant, and you've stunted it, or you've lost a week of potential growth.
Crazy. Exactly. Like at the Lift & Co., they had a live plant there.
Oh, you lawbreakers.
Right?
It's hemp if cops are watching.
Is it illegal if it's a male plant?
Ooh, that's a
I
good
don't
one.
know.
Big question.
That's a good one.
Oh.
But
Any cops watching, feel free to ignore this.
Right? 833-226.
Slide into Joel's DM.
Yeah.
527
it was super
1111.
impressive, the fact that you actually had a plant in one of those pots, and on camera you had me peel off the bottom, and not one drop of soil came down on the carpet. It was amazing.
Right?
And the bottom, the roots were like fully exposed. It was great. It was incredible.
Yeah. And that's the wow factor. When you're somebody that does the transplanting, or if it's even new to you and you don't know the old method or had to deal with, creating a mess or potentially damaging and having it falling apart in your hands after spending a week, 3 weeks on that thing, feeding it, getting it to that point, you don't necessarily have the pain or the appreciation. But the wow factor is, whether you're new to it or not, is like, whew, that was just so
That is super
easy.
wow. What about you?
What?
What about you? Would you use something like that, Rapid
For
Stack?
sure.
Because you got a green thumb.
It's more like a green fingernail. It's not really a thumb yet.
But it's practical,
For
right?
sure, I definitely would use it. Yeah, I like the whole system. I've been following Joel for a while on Instagram. I think we met. Remember, Rachel, where we met? I don't know.
We met at Hemp Fest.
I think Hemp Fest was our first. Was it? Oh, Cannabis?
There's been dozens. They all sort of
anyhow,
blend
I just think
together.
it's fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched as he sort of started out and
Start to grow.
just started his
Thank
whole
you.
journey, and before Walmart and before he's got all these big guys that he works with now, and Rapid Stack is everywhere. I've been following for a long time.
Right.
It's really, really cool. It's
Well, he's a
Thank you.
gentleman. He's a
Thank
good
you.
man. He's a good man.
Oh, thank you so much.
You complement your business because your product provides consistency.
Yeah, not only does he have a great product, but he's a great guy. He's a cool dude. Like, there's a lot of amazing products in the industry that might not have the amazing person behind them as well.
Right.
So it's, I like that.
Thank
It's a
you
journey
so
that's fun
much.
to follow. It's interesting to.
Yeah.
I like it. I want to see him do well. It's great.
It's a wow factor.
Thank you.
And he makes hash.
Yeah.
I'm all about helping the grower or the smoker.
Jolie cannoli.
Jolie cannoli. Frenchie cannoli, do not sue me. It's just a joke. I won't use that name in the
Follows
future.
me, so he probably watches.
Yeah, well, we had a little talk with Frenchie. We'll have to get him down here
Oh,
one
he's a
time
great
if
guy.
he's ever in the
Inspirational.
area.
True inspiration.
Ever. But guys, if you didn't know what we were talking about there, Joel brought us some hash, or he's teaching us how to make a little bit of hash in half an hour?
Yeah, it was about 35 minutes. We
Yeah.
were in the
We did
kitchen
a crash course.
whipping up some bubble hash.
Guys, you got to check it out.
Thanks to the
crazy.
snow, our Canadian elements.
Yes, it saved us from having to go to the store and buy ice. That's
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What's the new pot that you have there? What's this other thing?
I'm glad you asked. Thank
I wanna
you.
see it.
This is the new product that's going to be coming to market, and it's in negotiation for 2020. You might see it if you're in Vancouver for Lift in January, but this is the fabric rapid stack. So this is it in its 3-gallon size. As you can see, looks like a normal fabric pot, and I do that with one too. Sorry,
Right.
you all know what a pot looks like, so I'm
Right.
not trying to show you. But it's a house for your plant. The good thing about this house is, when it's time, hold
I
it
thought
right
was
up
a
here.
shopping bag.
When it's time, this 3-gallon pot is easier to clean out. So when you've harvested, usually taking these out because the roots and everything expand, it stresses the fabric out, and sometimes you tear them trying to get that plant out of it.
Right.
Not anymore. I've included down the sidewall fabric with Velcro. So
Who
it's
sewed this?
Who sewed this?
Yeah.
My granny.
Okay. Like if you said you like he makes bubble hash and he sews.
No. I had these prototypes made up in Canada from my manufacturer, and basically, all you got to do when it's time to take your plant out of it, and obviously clean your pot out, you just rip it open.
Wow.
You can take the base right off if you wanted to, and you can take the side and open all the way up.
I have a feeling as a kid you wrecked a lot of shit.
As a kid and an adult, more so as an adult.
There's a lot of taking
The
stuff apart.
simplicity of your idea, but the impact that it has is phenomenal.
It just seemed like an overlooked area. Nobody was giving people much options when it came to, features.
Right.
You got different types of pots. Sure, you got plastic, fabric, paper, and little bag ones too. But when it comes to reusability or function, nobody really hit the mark. So
Mhm.
I was, like I say, growing quite a few plants and dealing with a lot of transplants. And when doing a lot of transplants, you always look for an easier solution, as with doing anything repetitively. So my solution was cutting the bottoms off the pots. And I hear this from growers all the time. Yeah, I do that still. Why would I buy your product? Well, it's a pain in the ass grabbing a sharp knife every time and trying to use a steady hand to get that without cutting roots.
Right.
Right.
So then once you cut some roots, you're going backwards. So I figured, why not create it with a seal where you can just yank it off if you so choose, but still make it where it's reusable. And that's where I want everybody listening now
It
to
is
know.
reusable?
It's 100% reusable.
What?
So how you reuse it, there's 2 different methods. The simple method, everybody got a roll of tape at their house somewhere just
Yeah.
kicking around. Well, it doesn't take much tape. It's 1 strip actually to hold the bottom back on. It's only got to support about 2 pounds of soil until it's ready to transplant. And it's most of the time sitting on the ground. So gravity's holding it in place.
Right.
After a week of watering, it's so condensed that even if the bottom were to come off for whatever reason, it's basically, unless you're bunking
Right.
it everywhere, it's
Mhm.
stable. And then you can visibly see the root, or like I say, you tape the bottom back on. So you can just stack it onto another one instead of having to rip the bottom off the
Please
old.
bring me to sneeze. I have honeycombs in my nose.
Sorry, the weed is
Oh,
potent.
Okay, woo!
Right?
Woohoo! Okay,
It's
go on.
it's fresh.
Sorry, yeah.
It's fresh triclone.
So like I was saying, I mean, people don't realize that this is reusable, and I don't want that to discourage them from buying it.
Right.
But you have the option to either tape it back on or grab yourself a plant tosser or a plastic plate, literally rested there, fill it up with soil. Gravity's going to keep it in place. Nobody I know checks the bottoms of their plants or lifts them
No,
up
they
every
don't.
single day.
Right.
When they're this young, you can still lift it up and see if it's light in order to water it some more. But with this amount of drainage, you have nothing to worry about in terms of soil just falling out as you go,
Mm-hmm.
because it's held back in place with this little lip. But everybody that I know was saying, you know what, come up with different options. We want to see more of this rapid stack.
That's where
Right.
So I was like, hey, why not venture in over to the fabric? It was always a thought of mine, but to get prototypes made up, it costs some money and some time,
Definitely.
and always the modifications that follow. So finally, I came up with this bad boy. Shortly after this got the acceptance of a distributor, you might know them, Bioflora.
Mm.
So they're filling a lot of stores with this, and now I'm hopefully gonna, with the attention gained, give the other side of the audience or the other side of the growing spectrum, the fabric people,
Right.
an option for them. I mean, it's
Cool.
gonna cost the same as they're comparable. Why not give you one that lets you do a little bit more?
What does this cost? Rough.
So it's gonna retail 3-gallon for about $4 Canadian. Yeah.
What?
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
excellent.
cute little bag for Budsy.
Yeah. How many
You just
uses
fall at the
would you
bottom.
get out of that?
Well, like I say, depending on your cleaning methods, you should be able to, similar to this, use it ongoing as many times you can imagine. Because it rides the whole lifetime of the plant, which in some situations is 15 weeks if you're using, a veg period and a 10-week flower period.
Right.
But Some people use autoflowers, and it's only 100 days. Regardless, it's the life of the plant. That's what these stick along with. This will physically stay with your second container until your harvest. By keeping it stacked
really
up, it
cool.
almost looks like a wedding cake. It doesn't add much height. Some people might say, oh, I'm limited vertically. Well, to be honest, I mean, this pot's only 10 inches tall. This one's only 7 inches.
Right.
Everybody I know that's growing always leaves a gap to allow to water without runoff.
Right.
And as time goes on, that still condenses. You get bigger gap as it goes. So this will end up only being about 15 inches tall by the time you go to harvest. So if you have 5'10" or 6'10", you can still grow in there too.
Man, you got a lot of knowledge about
What are
this.
you going to do next? What's Rapid Stack do next?
Anything innovative. I'm focusing on innovation right now, obviously on the horticultural side, because, you know, everybody's got the light. You
Right.
see all types of LED companies come into the table. And with most things, you don't directly see the result of what benefit those give.
Right.
You have to wait till the end, and then you
Right.
got to do your metrics on what was the yield difference, et cetera, par values.
Right.
This, it's instant. You rip the bottom off, you're like,
Were you high when you came up with this?
I'm high almost all the time.
Just wondering. You're at the green room. what are you
I
rolling
was.
right now?
Well,
is this
this
something
is
you grew?
Yes, this is some orange cookies that was grown, and take a look.
That's your green thumb right here?
This is my green thumb right here.
Were these grown in Rapid Stack?
Indoors in Rapid Stack.
Oh.
And I'm actually going to be doing a video this week. We got
Nice.
another
Oh.
crop coming
Smell
down in the
that.
next couple
A
days.
video
So,
for
oh yeah,
Rapid Stack?
yep. I got 500 plants on the way down.
Oh.
is that right?
It's a beautiful thing.
There's something to look forward to right
That
there.
smells.
Well, this, yeah. If only this camera
Mm.
could pick up the smell. It's
What strain is it?
orange cookies.
Orange cookies. Here he says it. He's
It-
all excited. Like
it
little kid.
makes you
Orange
wanna eat 'em.
cookies.
It makes you wanna eat 'em.
Indica, sativa, hybrid?
I'd say it's a hybrid, definitely.
I'd say. What do you think when people ask you? Indica, sativa.
Honestly, my whole thing with this indica sativa hybrid is it depends on the individual. Some people, depending on many factors, might receive the THC component a little bit differently and get a little bit different of a buzz.
Right.
Some people get anxiety easier, so they
Right.
might consider that, oh, that's a heavy sativa. I feel paranoid.
Right.
Whereas someone else could be a little more relaxed and say, you know what? There's the hybrid factor.
Well, yeah, I like whatever I was saying. I like sour
Pretty.
diesel or orange, whatever. My girlfriends are like, that makes me so paranoid. Make me paranoid. You know what I mean? Like it's different for
Exactly.
everybody.
Yeah.
Different. Or that's a heavy indica. Well, I fall asleep.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's to each their own, very individual.
Yeah. I mean, there are some strains that
What did you
definitely.
just do to it?
What I did, I just licked the glue so
Oh,
I
I
could
thought
see
you were
it.
blowing in it or something. Like,
Yeah,
what?
that's my new secret. That's
Is there
the
some
next
secret?
rapid stack trick coming to the market.
And are you making a filter with your package?
I am. So my wife is constantly tearing my packs, and I run out of a paint pack before I run out of page.
I know Mrs. Rapid Stacks.
Yes.
Okay.
That was my signal to her.
Hello, Mrs. Rabbitstaff.
So we're always keeping our junk mail and cutting filters out of it. So thank you for a lot of the realtors that send those nice postcards.
They leave those ones in the
Great
door,
filter
too.
material.
Why doesn't Rapid Stack come up with some filters?
Because there's already so many. I like to be original.
Oh.
I would have to come up with one that's like a kazoo. Every time you smoke it, it's
Oh,
there's got to be
Oh,
an edge
man.
factor.
That
You
would
know?
be
Wow.
fun.
That would be so funny,
Patent
right?
pending.
Every time
Patent pending.
Patent pending, yeah.
Exactly.
Everything Joel says
You heard
is
it.
patent pending.
You heard it here on the green room. right?
Lawyers on speed dial. Don't worry.
I love it. So, what next conference or event can we see you at?
Well, I'm torn. There's a couple coming up in the next couple weeks. There's one in Toronto, the Consumer Cannabis Expo.
Mm-hmm.
And then in December, there's Las Vegas. And I'm still deciding.
Yeah.
MJ Biz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear mixed reviews on the one that was in Toronto. I wasn't at that one.
There was
My plants were.
Yeah, we were there.
My
And?
plants were.
It was good. We got the interview.
Busy?
Yeah, it was kind of busy. Because I was looking at researching MJ Biz and everything comes up Las Vegas.
right.
And because Las Vegas, there were like 19,000 vendors there.
Right.
So it's like world's biggest.
Yeah.
So to compare to what happened in Toronto,
Not
it's not the same bang.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was a very good show nonetheless. We had a good time.
political.
Very.
Well,
Can you?
to play towards Leicester's point there, they were battling a couple things that week. They had the Jays game that weekend. They also had TIFF.
Yes.
Which,
right.
and Toronto construction. So, I mean, getting around town is never easy in Toronto.
No, that's
but it was
true.
good nonetheless. So Vegas is possibly on your docket, eh?
And then
on your docket.
Yeah, well, you know, I had a really good time.
I like that.
So you need a moment to battle it out here.
Yeah, no, she just wants you to pass me that joint so I can get
so
a
he
little
can go,
lit.
no, thank you.
Oh, wow.
Or does he only say that to me? Watch, if you, I'm gonna pass it back to you.
Think you can't say no to me?
I love it.
He says yes. I'm gonna ask him for $50 after.
Right?
Might as well ride it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh!
Let's do it.
We are
my green room.
we are good together. We are good together.
I'm dying.
Yeah, some synergy in the room.
Yeah,
some
for
synergy
sure.
for sure.
Well, I was
We're good together. He says no thing.
What do you mean? Well, as you're gonna see why I say no, it's the coughing. That's what because I know this is gonna be a good draw of weed, and it tickles my throat. The THC.
Oh goodness gracious! Like how I'm sneezing the whole time.
We're just gonna be a reacting commercial at the end of this.
Not before you call 833-226-9454 extension 710. Cannabis Wiki.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So wait, Joel, were you at Lyft? The Lyft Awards?
I was the ones in Toronto.
The awards, like
not the awards. Sorry,
3 days ago. The cannabis.
Was not.
What is it called? Cannabis.
Canadian Cannabis Award. Yeah.
Maybe next year.
Maybe
they'll pick me up.
Yeah, because don't they have a category for new or innovative or?
They should have.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
I'm sure
they do.
I didn't check all of the titles that they had. I believe it was like 28.
There was tons.
Maybe more than 20.
And during the dinner, they had a whole bunch going through this. All the ones that they didn't give the award there. So
yeah.
It was fun.
Good time. Yeah. It looked like a good time.
Yeah, it was. Matei and crew, they pulled off another big event.
It was fancy. I mean, there was weed. Yeah. It's a weed show at awards at the Fairmont. Like, just think of that. I don't know.
I love the Fairmont. That lobby.
Thank you.
All those people. I can't believe how busy the Fairmont lobby gets.
Don't hand me
Joel?
Oh, you're saying no?
Yeah.
Just to me.
No.
This is the green room personal thing. We've got it
Lester
going
has a
on
big
here.
blonde hair hanging down the side of his arm, and I love it.
It's gonna stay there for the whole show, for the entire show.
Jackie hair?
It is.
Yes.
It is. It is. Yeah, we loved the award show. It was good.
It was really, really fun.
Good time.
It was really fun.
It was like when I seen you and you walked in, I think that's what made my day. It kind of just lightened it up. It allowed some fun.
Because I wasn't going to come.
In such a serious place. Yeah. Well, it was serious business, right?
Yeah. It was good. It was good. Really, I'm glad I went. It was really great. The most fun was had in the washroom and out front.
Tell us more.
Out front after. I mean, it was packed and they had like they had hair and makeup inside the studio set up.
Ooh.
So when you went to the washroom, you could have like full, not just somebody like standing there with a bottle of hairspray, like full makeup.
Oh, see, I
and
didn't
hair,
even know that.
and then they had like tattoo. 48 North had tattoos and all kinds. There was little gift bags and candy and treats all in the washroom.
They were giving tattoos in the washroom?
Well, not real tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Like mine came off this
like
morning.
henna.
Finally. Yeah, like little. They lasted a long time. Like they were 48 North had these little booklets. They were all really fancy flowers.
See, now if you didn't say that, I wouldn't have known. So that's a little.
It was really cool.
Up.
Well, I asked Drew, my husband. I'm like, what did they have in the men's? He's like, what do you mean? They had urinals. I'm like, but did they had anything else? And he's like, he said he didn't think there was any. He's like, I didn't look. I'm like, well, I'm sure you would have seen it.
Yeah.
Like,
right? But I could definitely see you there in 2020 with
the washroom.
No. No.
You might see some Rapid Stock air fresheners in there. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm getting some stickers made up today too.
Oh, and those things. What are those things called for the back of the phones?
Pop sockets.
Yeah, that's how I met you. I wanted one of those and you gave me two.
Must have thought you were special.
He gave me two of what are they called? How do we call them?
Pop sockets.
Pop sockets?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he gave me. It's the thing for on the back of your
phone stand.
Like a little
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Funny. And now he has air fresheners and stickers.
Funny thing about those pop sockets, actually, when I went to Spain for Cannabis earlier this year, I had brought a ton with me in my pot. I was carrying them around, and I was walking around like this, filled with pop. I'm handing them to everybody, and they're all like, "Ripsack? What?" I'm like, "That's not my product. I think I messed up." Now I got half of Spain thinking that I invented the pop socket, and my company is like, "How does this help a grower?" I'm like, I don't even know. The language disconnect is I'm not fluent in Spanish.
Okay.
Not even partial. And
I know agua.
I got lucky with a few people and got the real the product.
I thought there
across.
were seeds you were handing out when I
That's
first
funny.
met you.
Throw 'em.
I was all excited. He's giving seeds.
You know what? I do give seeds out actually, and in Vancouver, I'll be handing out over 10,000, depending on. Of
Oh,
course.
is that right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gift my homegrown. I always take bags of it, little pocket with my like business card or my Jackie
That's a sweet
influencer
thing.
sticker. Yeah,
Mm.
I think it's fun.
Beats the hell out of cookies.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you ever been to a conference in Spain?
No. Have I been to Spain? No.
How was that? How was that?
It was
How do you
phenomenal.
say it?
Spanibus.
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 Yeah.
Mm.
So Spanibus, it was a huge amount of vendors from all over Europe. So you got people from literally every corner, and there was a ton. It was the biggest show I've been to, but the theme that they had was it was the coolest concept. It was like a whole arena with an outdoor space, like a festival. You felt like you're at.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
they
fun.
have like Moroccan hash spots where it looks like you're,
Cool.
Okay,
That's really
the
cool.
carpets and the tents with the drapery.
What's the cannabis laws in Spain? What are they?
It's similar to how Montreal was, where you're allowed to smoke in private and you're allowed to grow privately. So I think up to 6 plants, depending on the country.
Mm.
And
So they allow in recreational and
they do, but you're not allowed to openly consume it. So
Okay.
I mean, depending on, of course,
So
what
like
city
your
you're
own
in.
residence,
Right.
private
Yeah,
places.
Private places, and there's a lot of clubs. Like there was a lot of these private dispensaries
Oh,
with
cool.
really really secret entrances. Like really
serious?
no signage out front. You had to see about it on social
Speakeasy,
media.
isn't that what they're called? Then?
Yeah.
Like the little secret.
You
Yeah.
go inside, it's a completely different than the outside appearance.
Knock twice and say, Lester sent me.
yeah,
Pretty much.
right.
Pretty
and the
much.
door slides open.
Always.
I'm
Always.
looking for the green room.
Would you like some more?
No, actually.
Oh, I thought. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We don't. We almost forgot to
I think
introduce.
Budsy gets a little second hand.
Yeah,
That's
just
why
a
he's
touch.
such a
Just a little.
good
There's
Just
good
a little.
ventilation in here.
Yeah.
It'll clear out.
He's
So.
good.
He's
He's
such a
good.
good
He's
puppy.
Can never forget that we got Buzzy Couts here in
He has
the studio
glaucoma.
with us.
He has
So-
glaucoma. He has his medical license as well.
He's growing 30 plants in my house.
Oh my god.
30-inch old.
Oh.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I like this. This is fun.
So tell us about your hash experience, because you brought us some goodies here, and we
Well-
did get into making a little bit of hash.
Got to understand, and when it comes to growing for many years, you start out not good.
Right.
And I don't know whoever lies and says they start out a pro and they're growing quads.
Oh, almost everyone. The
Yeah.
last year since legalization, we're
Huh.
all amazing experts. Everyone's pro.
There's
True.
so
Yeah.
it's disappointing that everybody thinks it's so easy, and it discourages a lot of people because they invest themselves into these grows thinking it's easy. People
Right.
make it look like a cakewalk. But, there's a learning curve. And with everything, whether you're making cookies or growing cannabis, there's going to be some sort of learning curve where you're going to get better. And with that, I ended up coming with a lot of extra cannabis. And I mean, gifting people bad weed, I almost swore.
Right.
Bad weed is not really the greatest accepted thing. So you gift somebody
Definitely.
hash of that same bad weed,
Yeah.
and they think you're the greatest person in the world.
Mm.
And also, it's easier to consume if you don't want to smoke all that, whatever the circumstance, larfy or just
Larfy.
larfy's just like loose buds. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
call it. I mean, I don't know if that's the technical term, but anytime,
I have a lot of larfy.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
I do.
Well, you
Loose
get-
buds, like so they don't look like that.
yeah, they're not as dense. Sometimes it's, caused by the humidity and the temperatures. The plant likes to create breathability. So if it's too hot, it's going to create pores almost within the bud. As long as it's good and it smokes well, enjoy it. It's not always about aesthetics. Obviously, it helps.
Oh yeah, it smells great. It tastes great. It's high.
Yeah.
And I grew it myself. So
Yeah, there's a certain, reward. It's like when you do anything good, except this is a lot better than growing tomatoes.
when did you start making hash? Forever, long time story. Yes, but I like tomatoes too.
Yeah,
Sorry,
tomatoes
now
are
I'm high,
great.
guys. Jeez. Okay, so when
It's
did you
the
start
green
growing
room.
or making hash?
We get high in the
Well, I
green.
participated in other people making it, and you observe, and then you try it out. Probably about, it could have been over 10 years ago. I've been consuming cannabis
Okay.
for longer than I want to admit, and
Mm.
dabbling in the growing for longer than I want to admit.
Mm.
That's like
Legally
me with
for 5
spending. I've been
years.
spending more than I'd like to admit.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are on that aspect with cannabis because of
legalization.
The stigma.
Yeah.
There's so many people. I look at people now that are all like, yeah, I'm all weed, and look at you, and I'm like,
look at you.
3 years ago, I would never think somebody like you smoked weed. But so it's so surprising that there are so many people openly enjoying the benefits of cannabis.
It's amazing. It's bringing together the community like nothing else.
Mm.
I would never have been with friends with Joel in my past life.
Well, F you too.
How could you not?
I don't know if anybody heard that on the mic, but my heart just
Shattered.
She crushed it, right?
But Mrs. Rapid Stacks.
Yeah, she's great. She's great.
So funny.
Miss Rabbit Stacks, that's your support engine.
Yeah, she's my rock.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Well,
gracious.
no, and I could truly believe that, because when you're happily and successful, like your product bang on solid, it speaks for itself. But then to be happy and doing work, period.
There's a lot of work in this, like the expos every weekend and the conventions, expos, plus your cold calls and your sales and driving. Like, aren't Biofloral in Montreal?
Yes,
like
but the beautiful thing is, I mean, the only times I have to go out there is for the initial, introduction. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, they travel a lot, so I can catch them at different shows and we can meet up.
Right.
Okay.
But we do a lot teleconference just over the phone. It's at the point now where HC Companies, which is my original, my new member, they've taken my product and they said, Joel, we're the largest horticultural container company in North America. We're going to take your product and we're just going to add it to ours.
Nice.
I love it.
Cool.
Nice.
So they merged with Biofloral because now they're going to capture the cannabis side now that cannabis is legal, and you can legally promote product towards cultivation of it. Mm-hmm. Before, I don't know if you know this, a lot of grow stores used to get raided.
Is that right?
What?
Yeah, because they would want to intercept and find out who's ordering the large quantities.
So infiltrating.
Yeah.
Smart robbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of them are. Like the people getting their plants stolen this year. Lots of people said it must have been a pro of some sort because it was so quiet, or our security didn't go off, or our the sensor lights didn't scare them.
It's just a numbers game now. I mean, there's so many kids in the summer with nothing better to do than jump through some backyards, and the little buggers, they'll take it.
Didn't you say something? Was it you who told us about the drones? People are driving around with drones and looking in backyards.
I don't know. No, I didn't mention that, but I wouldn't put it past anybody.
Yeah. That would be the new age thing.
Yeah. Fly your little drone down the street.
Everybody's got a net gun now, trying to catch these drones.
What? Do they? Is that what you're making?
Seriously,
a rapid
net gun.
I love it, man.
No, it would be cool though to come up with like a little
something, or a
like
canopy,
a little like
or a net,
alarm for your plant,
or something, some sort of alarm for your plants.
Mm-hmm.
Other than a bell.
Right.
That used to be the hippie alarm.
Really?
A lot of strings and bells.
Yeah.
I just thought.
That's the worst thing you can do. Hitting a plant in its dark period with light.
Okay, yes. You know what happened? My leaves only came out with one.
Oh, man.
Like, what do you call that? It's wrong. What do you call them? The one. So instead of the leaf looking like this, it looked like this.
Really?
That's it.
Really?
And I Googled, and it was because of the light, sensor lights going off and on.
That's just it. There's so many factors that can screw up a pot plant that I've seen people try to grow them in their living room like a house plant, and they're wondering on day 50 why it still is only a foot tall with a couple leaves. You got to create that environment, and then you got to make sure you're not overwatering it, because cannabis plants don't live in the forest where it's getting constantly saturated. They live in drier climates like Afghanistan and India.
But I brought a plant in to just grow like a house plant because I juice it. I juice parts of it, make tea with the roots and stuff. So I'm not expecting it to get big buds or grow really big or anything. It's a house plant that I use for throw in my
if
juice.
you don't have it in its controlled environment, it still might not acquire the right THC levels to get the benefits fully out of that juice.
Oh. See, I don't have a green thumb. I barely have a green nail.
You're starting that nail's going to spread. It's going to be gangrene.
Just like Joel said, everybody has to start somewhere, right? So you may not have the green thumb.
I've been juicing shit all year.
Wow.
Like it hasn't even been.
How many times have you tweaked it? Like changed your recipe? Couple
Maybe
times?
3 times.
Okay,
See, you're dialing it in.
You're diling exactly.
Dialing it in. I'm dialing it to be done. I'm almost done juicing. It's a pain in the ass.
It takes about, like I say, about 15 weeks from seed to the finished or clone to finish. So that's a long time. You want to make sure you use it wisely.
Rabbit stacks.
Oh, damn. You
Rabbit
guys heard that.
You should make some like your storing jars or something cool. Like everyone has their.
Again, I gotta think of that edge though.
Just
What's gonna make it super cool?
get really
What
high
do
and
I want?
Go for
Exactly.
A walk.
Yeah.
It's got to be things I do on the regular that I'm like, where's the product that makes this a little better?
Some sort of
Right.
glove, trimmers. I don't know.
I love it. We'll work together more than that. Patent pending,
See?
everything. Everything you heard here today is patent pending
Gotta
as far
love it.
as my lawyers are
This guy's
concerned.
always on his game. Always. That's why you're a guest here, sir.
Thank you.
You're always welcome at.
Lester's baked or something. He's
Jackie's
slowly
table.
wrapping it up or something. Like,
What do you mean I'm slowly wrapping
I don't
it
know,
up? I'm
you're-
right here. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm almost like Budsy's there. Budsy's just
Budsy's alive. Don't worry, camera.
right.
He's alive.
Good.
We're gonna have him walking afterwards.
Yeah, we'll have
He's
him
gonna
on.
get us some snacks.
Don't
We'll
worry.
put a little
everyone
satchel on
watching.
him.
The
Yeah.
dog did not die in the green room. A little satchel. I told you, right? You saw the
Oh.
coat someone made.
Yeah. That was awesome.
ROR.
Yep.
John made me
Yeah.
a jacket.
Oil rub.
And it's monogrammed. Budsy Childs on it. He gave him like a little tweed looking.
Ballin'.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
everyone
he
sends
pimped
me
him.
T-shirts.
Yeah,
and
pimped him
I
right
get
up.
hats, T-shirts, whatever. That's great. I got a lot of them. They sent something for the dog. That's a sure winner. Like for sure, I'm gonna wear
Stand
that.
out,
Use
yeah.
that.
Right.
You mentioned, yeah.
Well,
you
winter's
like
coming.
items, yeah.
It's here. It's
Just
cold
like
weather.
we said, we liked hash, and Joel brought hash.
Joel brought us
What are we saying we
gifts.
like today?
Money.
Maseratis, Bentleys.
We'll get our list ready.
We'd like 6
We'll
months in
polish.
Jamaica.
We'll polish it because the green room is the place that everybody needs to come sit down and talk.
Totally.
Get it out there.
Isn't it funny when he? think
Of
it's
course.
funny.
Gotta
That's
love it.
so like our shtick. Our thing is he's sort of like the
I'm
teacher, the
business.
brains, the business. Like he's gonna rope my squirrel in.
Right?
So I'm like, woo!
Everybody likes squirrels, man.
Everybody. As far as I know.
Yeah.
And if they don't,
What the hell?
Well,
I don't even want to go.
I don't know. But we have Joel from Rapid Stack here in our podcast, Green Room. Man,
Available coast to coast.
so glad that you took the time to stop in and check us out.
Thank you.
And make bubble hash.
Make bubble hash. God, you just
Oh,
I had to. I swear
think
you-
It
that's the
slipped.
first-
he
We're
Oh,
allowed
you said,
one.
You said
I think.
MF too.
Yeah.
blew my mind. Like he brought so many treats for us. Like that was just above and beyond.
You know, I like to leave with more than just product in someone's hand. I want to leave an experience.
You're a true entrepreneur, my friend.
Joel,
That's
you're-
it. Yeah, it's a true entrepreneur. Guys, this is why you must come to the green room because you get to find out who the people are behind the product. And as you could see, I could talk and tell you that he's a good man, but he just shows you how he stays. He came here with some serious hospitality for the crew. There's a lot of people here, and he took care of everybody.
I got love for the green room.
Yay!
And we got love for you too, bro. We got love for you too. So
Thanks
where
for
can the people
coming.
find you in the near future? Next.
Well, you're probably going to catch me in Vancouver at Lift 100%.
Okay.
So if anybody's in BC, January 10th, stop by. I'll be at the Biofloral booth. We're going to be hammering it out. And
Okay.
a lot of my other distributors are out there at events I can't make it to. So you might see Rapid Stack pot,
Being represented.
but I'm going to try to get
Oh.
everywhere I can. But you're going to see the
You might
products.
see us there too, perhaps.
That be in
The green room at Lift in
Lift. Oh, definitely.
Vancouver. Is that what you
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the new
Maybe.
year,
Yeah.
2020.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Well, they should look out for us.
Yeah. We're going to tear it down.
We are going to tear it down. And I want to definitely send a shout out to Biofloral. Jason, big up yourself. Keep doing good things there. Your man down here, Joel, is taking care of business. My North American Cannabis Flower.
I have a hoodie.
What?
Biofloral hoodie.
Shut the front door.
They actually took me for dinner in Montreal.
Hold on a second. I'm retracting my
But I'm really
big up.
bad with names.
Jason. Yeah. I need a hoodie. my
One of the
friend.
guys' names was Jimmy. Is that Jimmy's a Biofloral guy, right?
Jimmy's a Biofloral guy.
He's
Yeah.
got a kid. His kid came to
Alright.
dinner too. Yeah.
Jimmy,
Jason.
Jason,
Vince.
Vince,
Francois, the main man.
all you gentlemen,
There were some French guys.
please send Lester a hoodie.
Lester
Yeah.
hoodie. I'm not sure if it's Lester's color, but send him one.
Yeah, no, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm all about people doing good things, and those guys at Biofloral, they got a good product. They're good people. Jason's right on. We don't mind picking him up on our show.
Great guy.
So what? You got any last words, my North American Cannabis Flower?
Thank you for coming to Lift with me. I
Oh,
wouldn't have
yeah.
went.
Man,
No.
you gotta be kidding
I
me.
had a great time. It was phenomenal. It was exciting to be there.
I had such a
I
good
have to
time.
thank you guys for that because
Oh.
my anxiety was in high gear that night. I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Well, it was good, all of us together. Like the juju was like, it was strong. Like, I don't know if anybody, did you guys see the trailer that we put out on Instagram?
Of course they did. It was
That is
fun. It was really good. Next time we have to do
crazy.
it together. I won't just chicken out.
No, well, come on. Person in your position, you have a lot of people to say hi to, and
It was
big
a busy
position
week.
to fill. Yeah, yeah.
And that
So-
wasn't the first red carpet that so it was just,
No, I know. So we were very excited to see you there. It definitely made my day. I had a great time. This lady takes care of me. Right? I'm in definite good hands.
I love my wiki fam. Want
Yeah.
you guys to come to the green room and see why.
All right. So, guys, you got any upcoming shows that you want to get on the Green Room, or you want to be a sponsor at the Green Room? You can reach us at 833-226-9454, extension 710, or catch us online at sponsor at cannabis.
Even if you have a product, something new, something you want us to hype up, something you want to present to the community, come to
Preach.
the green room.
Yeah.
Or if you're just a great person and you want to spread some kindness our way.
You may find yourself sitting right here with the North American Cannabis Flower, myself, and our Green Room. Joel,
Thank you for having me.
Rapid Stack. Guys, check it out.
Thanks for the hash.
Mm.
Hey.
Later.